While in 2021, Quran has been perfectly preserved, dot by dot, letter by letter, sound by sound. When we look at the Muslim scholars, they say something else. As well as when we look at the physical evidence shows something else. Let's look at the example of Surah 43, verse 81. Hafs Quran, which has been recited by many Muslims around the world today, states as, "Say, O Muhammad, if the most merciful had a son, then I would be the first of his worshippers." Yet, on the other hand, Quran al-Layth bin Khalad, translation is, "Say, O Muhammad, if the most merciful had children, then I would be the first of worshippers." In one Quran, it is, "if he had a son," versus in another Quran, "if he had children." Of course, none of us needs to be Einstein. Under the children, you can only have daughters, or you can have son and daughters. Allah, who knows nothing, probably knows best what's supposed to be in the normal version or in the eternal tablets. Daughter of Christ, would you be kind enough and tell us the Hafs and the Khalid one in Arabic so that we make sure the translation is correct?
Yes, so the Hafs one, it says waladun, waladun. If you see the marks on top, you'll see 2 dashes on 2 of the letters. That means one son, singular. In the other version, sister, it's wuldun, wuldun. There is a mark on top of one letter that looks like a 9 on the waw. Wuldun means plural children.
It is not only today's physical Qurans tells us that there are differences in Surah 43 verse 81. When we go to the book which is put together by Abdullah Latif Al-Khatib, volume 8, page 404, Mujam Al-Qira'at, he expresses, yes, there is a problem and there is a differences when it comes to Surah 43 verse 81. Please do remember, 21st century claim is Quran has been perfectly preserved to the dot, to the letter, to the sound. But here, what Muslim scholars are giving us examples, it is not.
The source that you mentioned, sister, is Mu'jam al-Qira'at by Abdul Latif al-Khatib. This is the part talking about that verse, page 404. I'll read and translate the one in the box. It says, قراءة الجماعة ولد بفتحتين مفردة, which means the qira'at of the majority is waladun with 2 fathas as singular. The fathas are the diacritical marks on the top. Then it says, وقرأ حمزة والكسائي والأعمش وطلحة وعبد الله وابن وثاب وابن أبي ليلى وابن عيسى الأصبهاني ولد بضم الواو وإسكان اللام وهو جمع كأسد وأسد. It says Hamza al-Kisai, Talha, Abdullah, Ibn Wathab, Ibn Abi Layla, Ibn Isa al-Asbahani all read it as wuldun, which is plural, like saying lion and lions. And the Arabic for that is asadun and usdun, which is very much like waladun and wuldun, singular and plural words. Go on, sister.
So we were given 8 names. That means we were given 8 names of the Qurans, that they are different from the current Quran Muslims are reciting. The Muslims are reciting the word as son, yet these 7 different Qurans tells us it is children. And of course, it is not only Arabic speaks about this. Last year, the book came out by Muslim missionaries, Bridges translation of the 10 Qur'an of the Noble Quran, where you get to see 30 different Arabic Qurans and the differences in their translation. Page 333, where we get to see Surah 43, verse 81. Author tells us there is a difference in this verse. Hamza is Quran, Al-Qisa is Quran, it is translated as Arabic as children. When you change, it changes from son to children. So it's not only we've got physical copies where we can see if the word is supposed to be son or the children. We've got Arabic books which are giving us those examples, as well as the book which translates the different Arabic Qurans to English simply tells us, yep, there are differences. I guess the basic question would be, is there really any difference between son and children? The basic question, I guess, will go to the daughter of Christ, who is also Arabic speaker. Which word for Surah 43 verse 81? Son or children? Which word will you write into empty Musaf?
It's not an easy yes or no. I would not know what to write, which one to choose.